I honestly hate how everyone thinks Pinky is black. For what reason? Because she has curly hair? It's not even extreme curls, it's quite light. I mean, she's inspired by Amish culture. Did people forget white people with curly hair exist? Did people forget anyone can have curly hair? You hate that everyone thinks she's black? Yeah, she's based on the Amish, yet people portray her as black all the time. It's disrespectful to the Amish, to be honest. That's like a character being inspired by African culture, but people would portray them as white. Her only black trait is her curly hair and mane, which is not only a black people thing. Huh, bro? It's just a headcanon, man, and Amish doesn't exist in the My Little Pony world, so why does it matter? And who knows if that's true or not, if it's inspired by that. The creator didn't say it's inspired, so people can headcanon Pinkie Pie as anything they want. It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter what race people headcanon as the human ponies. Just don't force your opinions on other people. It's just a headcanon, sure, but normal skin colors also don't exist in the My Little Pony world. Pinkie is based off of the Amish culture, and that's a fact. She wouldn't be black. She would be white because the Amish are so. Also, she can be black and Amish. I don't know if it's possible. There are black Amish people. No, that's like saying there are black Russian people, or that there are white Africans, so a character based on, say, Ghana's culture is white. Yes, you can be Amish and black. Isn't it confirmed that she just has constant bedhead because she never brushes her hair? All of those are things that exist. Black people can become Amish by conversion or being adopted into it. They aren't really Amish then. Amish culture is not black culture. Culture is to be shared, but they are not Amish. You know, Amish people are actually really open to anyone wanting to join the community, you know? It's not really a race thing, it's a lifestyle. A lifestyle who has over 90% of white people involved. Yeah, that doesn't mean it's not entirely impossible. I don't know, it feels weird to get prickly over a silly headcanon. The person who made the original comment probably isn't even Amish if they typed this on a phone or computer. Yeah, I think it is. It's just really rare for it to happen. Literally makes no sense. Normal skin color doesn't exist, but she's based off of Amish culture. Does that make any sense to you? Then you could say she's white. Like, dude, if you think she's white, that's fine, but let other people have headcanons too. She doesn't have a canon color, so it's fine. Whoa, I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. Have you considered that those are just headcanons, and headcanons literally do not and should not affect you because it isn't canon? You can literally just ignore it. It's so easy. Why do people get so heated about this? The fact that black Pinkie Pie seems to peeve you off more than white Pinkie Pie implies some very not okay things, and it seems like you're just complaining about this because you just don't like people wanting to imagine their favorite characters as anything other than white. Wah, how dare people headcanon the pink fluffy pony as having a skate color I personally don't approve of because white people have curls too, sounding moment. Dude, just let people headcanon her as whatever they want. The way you're headcanoning her is Amish. Plus, the Amish don't care. They don't watch TV, and they specifically don't use the internet. I don't even think they know what My Little Pony even is. It's not a headcanon. She is canonically inspired by the Amish culture. It's almost the kind of racist to push that anyone with curly-like hair is black. Headcanon her is black, sure, but I hate how pushed that is because of the double standards. If someone were to headcanon a character inspired by any black cultures, white people would go livid. Hell, they do even now. Pinkie and the other ponies being drawn as anything that's not the extreme representative group is bad and hated on. I'm annoyed because people get constantly harassed due to not drawing Pinkie as black and stuff. Pinkie isn't black. She never was. She's pink. My issue is the racism regarding these headcanons. Pinkie is black. Why? Because she has curls. Twilight's Asian because she's smart. Rarity is East Asian because she's rich. It's icky. I'm not Amish. You won't meet an Amish person online. I have Amish relatives. That's why it pisses me off. She's pink. If she was of a real skin color, she would be white, because guess what? Amish are a white group by majority. If she was inspired by the culture from Ghana, it would be disrespectful to make her white. Have you been on the My Little Pony internet? I'm disgusted by Pinkie being headcanon as black because she's based off of the Amish culture. The Amish are majority white. That's why I don't mind her being white. She's based off of white people. If she was based on Chinese culture, I would have an issue with her not being portrayed as Chinese. If she was based on any culture from Africa, I would have an issue with her not being black. People constantly cry about representation, but then again, the characters either from some less known cultures inspired by the culture, it's disrespectful to change that. Amish are white. You wouldn't make an African character white because there's some white minority. Amish are white by majority. I hate how any culture that's white is just ignored. My country is white, and our culture was constantly in danger. We, even as of now, don't get represented, and when we do, it's under Russians, and we're portrayed as some weird stereotypes of bad people. Hell, I wish we had the representation black people have. You're overthinking it. A lot of the people headcanon her as black are black themselves and just want to see themselves in their favorite pony. It's not something you have to get livid over. Just because something might have taken inspiration out of something else does not automatically make it the same thing. Unless you're going to tell me the Jedis from Star Wars are literal Buddhist monks that follow Buddhist teachings or something. If you're black, I kind of get it. It's still weird. You're not your skin color. Your skin color doesn't represent who you are. I can respect it, but I hate how it's pushed. Like in this video, they have no canon, but it's not really a funny joke because people do get harassed for headcanoning Pinky as anything other than black. Well, it was his headcanon. I don't see why he has to hide it just because of a bunch of few bad apples. By your logic, you shouldn't share your white headcanon because I've yet to see any black or any other non-white Pinky fan art that doesn't have people leaving vile comments about her dark skin. Regardless, if you don't like a headcanon, ignore it. You don't have to comment on it. Complaining about it isn't going to change anything. He has his, you have yours, I have mine. If anyone bothers you, block and ignore. There's always going to be bad people in fandoms. Also, no, my skin color doesn't represent who I am, but I live in a country where it is seen as a political thing that is put down so often that I enjoy any casual reminder that I can be a part of something so casually without having it revolve around my culture or stereotypes like Zecora. I'm tired of white people being the default in media and any other race being some sort of add-on for a character. Yeah, he can headcanon her as black, but the way he said it, hell no. He can say he headcanons her as such. At this point, you're just policing an obvious joke because you specifically didn't personally like it. If you're going to complain about someone being brash about a headcanon, you might as well follow your own advice. If you're so personally offended to the point of disgust by people making their own non-black versions of a fictional fluffy pony, who literally does not have a confirmed race to begin with because she is an equine, that's a you problem you need to work out by yourself. I literally do not understand why this is such a big deal when it can be easily ignored and disregarded if you hate it so much. If you want to think Pinky is white, that's fine, but for the love of God, please stop having stupid arguments over something that is objectively a non-problem. This is getting ridiculous. That kind of sounds like a you problem. Like, I'm sorry if some people get on your ass about it, but if you get so annoyed by people stating their opinions in headcanons, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's, like, not a big deal. I'm annoyed because it's not a funny joke when harassment is more than common in this community. Pinky being black on its own isn't the issue. It's just kind of annoying since she's based off in culture that mostly white people are a part of. But the harassment in this community is extreme, man. How do you know if she's based on the culture or not, bro? Like, do you understand what you're saying? You're the problem here if you're getting mad over a character that was not said was based off of anything. If you want to make it your headcanon, go ahead, but being annoyed by it is just a you problem. She's pink, and guess what? Nobody says she was based off of it. You basically just debunked your own argument by saying she's pink because that's the point. She can be headcanon as anything people want, so she can't be white or black because of that. She is based off of the Amish culture, and sorry, but I will not argue with a child. An adult can't possibly confuse your and your. 4th angriest comment thread on YouTube. Huh, bro? Like, nobody said that because Twilight, this race because of this, or Rarity, this race because of this. Bro, like, what? And people did, it's only a little. And the thing is, you're doing the same shit right now. Pinky's Amish because it's based off of Amish culture. Who said it was? Like, you're doing the same shit right now. No, I didn't. Honestly, are you even listening to me? Or are you arguing with some wall under my comment? She's based off Amish culture, and the Amish are white majority. I mentioned the pink part because for some reason she is constantly headcanon as black, which wouldn't be an issue on its own, and that turned into people actively harassing anyone that makes her white. Ain't no way, bro, getting mad over me spelling things wrong. Like, how am I a child for not spelling your and your right? Not every motherfucker's gonna take their time for that shit. Let me guess, you're just mad that I'm right and you're trying to find an excuse to make me mad. She is literally based off of Amish culture, and this is pretty much it for most race swaps and race headcanons. People choose race based on stereotypes. I would say an example is the Velma shit, but that's too much of a disgrace to throw in with the rest. I don't know, dude. I'm not really a part of My Little Pony anymore, so I can't comment on that end. And I never said harassment was funny, but to be honest here, it doesn't really look like harassment. It just looks like you're digging yourself into a hole. You think she's white Amish, and other people don't. To be honest, neither side is right. It just depends on how you frame it, which you're honestly not doing a good job of if you're hostile out the gate. To be honest, I can agree with you on that. Some people do headcanon characters off of stereotypes, but that doesn't mean everyone does. What if someone headcanons her as black because they like the headcanon? Does the person have to have a reason to headcanon the character a different race when the character doesn't even have a race to begin with? Exactly, bro. I'm having an issue with the joke in the video. That's pretty much it. I hate how much the Pinky is black narrative is pushed. She's not black. She's pink and inspired by Amish culture, but her skin tone would be a headcanon. I don't know if it's a fucking narrative. It's just a popular headcanon. Saying that it's a narrative makes it sound a lot more political than it needs to be. But what I'm talking about is more political. The headcanon necessarily isn't, but what I'm talking about is kind of political. Woke is political. The issue is the whole woke narrative that we need black characters and not making a character that's often portrayed as black dark skin is racist and bigoted. That's sadly very popular in the My Little Pony fandom, which should have been for kids and far for politics. Just the idea of racism being dragged into this, that this is racist because pastel colors is stupid because this is for kids. They don't see it like that, and it doesn't need to be made out like that. Pinkie being black isn't a narrative, but for some reason, people make it one a lot in this fandom. Like I said before, this is a lot more political than it needs to be, not gonna lie. Maybe because I'm not all that passionate about this topic that I don't care about, but okay. Not gonna lie, you lost me at bringing wokeness into this. That word just lost all its meaning for me. I just think the pink pony is neat, and people can have fun with whatever, I guess. Her curly hair / mane isn't even natural in the first place. Remember in the Cutie Mark story, she has naturally straight hair like the rest of her Amish-inspired family, and the sonic rainbows resulting winds made it turn crazy curly. How can any logical person use Pinkie's black because she has curly hair as their argument if a freaking weather phenomenon is what styled her mane into the way it is now? Exactly! She's a literal, magical, fictional pink pony. The fact that people headcanon her as black makes you this livid really gives some red flags about how you see black people in general.